One world, one tongue, a dream or reality? Imagine a world where everyone speaks the same language. Communication barriers could crumble, bringing humanity closer. But is it a utopian dream or a potential reality? This essay explores the concept of a global language. The idea has captivated thinkers for centuries. From ancient philosophers to modern writers, the allure of seamless communication persists. What would a world without language barriers look like? Would it be a utopia of understanding or a dystopia of cultural homogenization? Language is more than just a tool for communication. It's a fundamental aspect of our identity. Join me as we ponder. What if everyone spoke the same language? The most obvious benefit of a global language is the potential for unparalleled communication. Imagine a world where business deals could be negotiated, scientific discoveries shared, and cultural exchanges fostered without the need for translators or language barriers. This seamless flow of information could lead to greater understanding, empathy, and cooperation among nations. Misunderstandings often arise from misinterpretations of language and cultural nuances. A common language could minimize these misunderstandings, fostering stronger diplomatic ties and reducing the potential for conflict. Imagine international summits where leaders can speak directly to each other, expressing their ideas and concerns with clarity and precision. Beyond the political sphere, a global language could revolutionize travel and tourism. Imagine exploring a foreign country without encountering any language barriers, effortlessly interacting with locals, and immersing yourself in their culture. The world would truly become a more accessible and interconnected place. From facilitating international business collaborations to fostering cross-cultural friendships, the potential benefits of a global language in terms of communication are undeniable. It's a tantalizing prospect, but one that also warrants careful consideration of the potential drawbacks. A common language could be a game changer for education and knowledge sharing. Imagine a world where students from all corners of the globe could access the same online courses and scientific journals without language barriers. The internet has connected the world, but language differences still pose a barrier. With a global language, the internet's full potential for collaboration and education could be realized. Scientists and students from different countries could collaborate seamlessly on projects. Beyond education, a shared language could foster greater cultural exchange and understanding. By breaking down communication barriers, we open ourselves to new ideas and possibilities. A shared language could have profound economic implications, leading to a more integrated and efficient global marketplace. Businesses could operate across borders with greater ease, reducing communication costs and streamlining operations. This could lead to increased trade, foreign investment, and economic growth on a global scale. Imagine a world where multinational corporations no longer need to invest heavily in translation and localization services. Marketing campaigns can be launched globally with a single message, resonating with consumers from diverse linguistic backgrounds. This could lead to greater brand consistency and reduced marketing costs. The tourism industry would also experience a significant boost, as travelers from all over the world could navigate foreign countries with ease. This could create new job opportunities in the hospitality, transportation, and entertainment sectors, benefiting local economies. However, it's crucial to acknowledge that the economic benefits of a global language might not be evenly distributed. Some argue that it could give an unfair advantage to native speakers of the dominant language, potentially exacerbating existing economic inequalities. Cultural harmony or homogeneity? A global language could foster cultural understanding and harmony. It breaks down stereotypes and fosters empathy. This leads to greater tolerance and appreciation for diversity. Imagine a world where cultural exchange isn't hindered by language barriers. Critics argue it could lead to cultural homogenization, overshadowing less prevalent languages and traditions. This raises concerns about the potential loss of cultural identity. Section 6. The price of unity, endangered languages. A global language could impact linguistic diversity. Less commonly spoken languages might face extinction. This loss would be like losing pieces of human history. Each language offers a unique worldview. They embody histories, values, and knowledge. When a language dies, cultural knowledge is lost. Language extinction has occurred for centuries. Colonization and globalization often cause this. A global language could accelerate this loss. Preserving linguistic diversity is crucial. Different languages offer unique perspectives. Section 7. Identity and Jeopardy, the cultural cost. Language is intricately linked to our sense of identity. It shapes how we view the world, how we express ourselves, and how we connect with others who share our linguistic heritage. The loss of a language can be a deeply personal and emotional experience, akin to losing a part of oneself. For many indigenous communities, language is not just a means of communication, but a sacred link to their ancestors, their land, and their cultural identity. The erosion of these languages can have devastating consequences for their cultural survival and well-being. Moreover, the dominance of a single language could lead to cultural biases and a narrow worldview. Imagine a world where all literature, music, and art are primarily produced and consumed in one language. This could limit our exposure to different perspectives, stifle creativity, and create a monoculture that lacks the richness and vibrancy of a truly diverse world. Preserving cultural diversity is not just about protecting languages. It's about celebrating the unique identities, traditions, and perspectives that make humanity so rich and multifaceted. Section 8, From Dream to Reality. Is it even possible? While the idea of a global language is captivating, its feasibility is debatable. Creating a single language that encompasses the nuances and complexities of all existing languages is a monumental task, perhaps even an impossible one. Language is constantly evolving, adapting to new cultural contexts and technological advancements. Even if we were to create a global language, the challenge of implementation would be immense. How would we decide which language to adopt? How would we ensure that everyone has access to language education? And how would we address the concerns of those who fear the loss of their linguistic and cultural heritage? Some propose creating an artificial language specifically designed for global communication, like Esperanto. While intriguing, artificial languages often lack the cultural depth and historical context that enrich natural languages. Achieving a world where everyone speaks the same language would require unprecedented global cooperation, massive investments in language education, and a willingness to navigate complex cultural sensitivities. While not impossible, it remains a daunting and perhaps unrealistic goal. Section 9. Building Bridges Language Learning in the 21st Century. Instead of striving for a single global language, perhaps a more realistic and enriching approach is to promote multilingualism and cross-cultural understanding. Advances in language learning technologies, such as language learning apps and online platforms, have made it easier than ever to learn new languages. Imagine a world where children grow up learning multiple languages, not out of necessity, but out of curiosity and a desire to connect with people from different cultures. This would foster greater empathy, tolerance, and appreciation for diversity. Governments and educational institutions can play a crucial role in promoting language learning by investing in language programs, encouraging student exchanges, and creating opportunities for cross-cultural dialogue. By embracing multilingualism, we can bridge cultural divides, foster global understanding, and preserve the richness of human language without sacrificing the unique identities and perspectives that make us who we are. Section 10. A global language utopia or dystopia. The concept of a global language is a double-edged sword, offering both tantalizing possibilities and potential pitfalls. While it holds the allure of seamless communication, cultural understanding, and a more interconnected world, it also raises concerns about linguistic diversity, cultural homogenization, and the potential erosion of unique identities. The question of whether a global language would lead to utopia or dystopia is not easily answered. It depends on how such a language is implemented, how it impacts existing languages and cultures, and how we, as a global society, choose to navigate the complexities of language, culture, and identity. Perhaps the most important takeaway is not whether a global language is desirable or even possible. Instead, it's about recognizing the power of language to both unite and divide us, and the importance of approaching this complex issue with sensitivity, respect, and a commitment to preserving the richness and diversity of human expression. Section 11. Embracing our differences, seeking common ground. Rather than striving for a world where everyone speaks the same language, perhaps a more enriching and realistic goal is to cultivate a world where we embrace our linguistic and cultural differences while actively seeking common ground. This involves fostering multilingualism, promoting cross-cultural understanding, and recognizing the value of diverse perspectives. Imagine a world where we view language not as a barrier, but as a bridge to connect with others, learn from different cultures, and expand our understanding of the world. This requires a shift in mindset, from viewing language as a tool for uniformity to seeing it as a celebration of human diversity. Ultimately, the goal should not be to erase our differences, but to find ways to connect, communicate, and collaborate despite them. By embracing our linguistic and cultural diversity, while fostering mutual respect and understanding, we can create a more harmonious and interconnected world, one conversation at a time.